You're listening to HSN Harbor School News.
Hello, Harbor School. I am Paul Garcia, and this is the Harbor School News Bulletin for the week of March 16th, 2021. First off, we have our principal, Jeff Chiturko, with the weekly announcements.
Good day, everyone. This is Jeff Chiturko, principal of Urban Assembly New York Harbor School, with a few announcements for you. I just want to remind folks that Parent-Teacher Conference is this Thursday and Friday. You should have received an email from me last week about procedures in order to get in contact with teachers for parent-teacher conferences. So please check your email. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me at any time. I want to remind folks that we are planning on returning the week of March 22nd. Information has and will continue to go out to our students who are scheduled to be in person on those days. A reminder to those students is that you need to have consent forms on file for your COVID testing. Students will be tested more regularly. When we return, we're expecting about 20% of teachers and students and administration to be tested when we return, and that will happen weekly. I want to remind folks that if, for students that were remote back in November and October, you will continue to stay remote unless we hear something from the mayor's office about an additional opt-in window, which at this time we have not heard anything about. So if you were remote, you will be staying remote. If you were blended, you will be blended, and you can always reach out to us if you have any questions. For our seniors, the class of 2021, I have a few announcements. Senior pictures are coming up April 7th and 9th. You should have received information about that at this point. Also, senior T-shirts. There have been surveys that have gone out about the T-shirts, so please make sure you're filling out the survey and get that information in. And lastly, I'd like to remind folks that on the horizon is our vacation week that's coming up the week of March 29th. And so that is our announcement for this week. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us at any time. I'm wishing you all the best, good health, and we miss you dearly. And hopefully this will be the last announcement from my house. I will be back at school starting Monday. Take care.
Thank you for those announcements, Jeff, on this real busy week. And we are all eager to get back into the building next week for blended learning. Up next, we have Ronnie's Roundup. Well, as you can see, Ronnie's not with us this week for the Roundup, but her spirit most certainly is, as I come to you from the beautiful landmark in Staten Island, Fort Wadsworth. Just a couple of announcements this week for the Roundup. First off, freshman parents, look out for Coffee and Conversation this Thursday, March 18th at 10 a.m., where I will be the special guest. And I will be talking about student expectations, discipline concerns, and just overall a Q&A session. I look forward to meeting many freshman parents this Thursday at 10 a.m. Also, next Thursday, the Urban Assembly presents I'm Speaking. This is the 2021 Virtual Girls Conference. This is on Thursday, March 25th, 2021, and it goes from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So students, if you're interested, you need to let your teachers know so that way they can be covered. Sign up at bit.ly/girlsconference 2021. Should be a great event, so I hope many of you are able to join. And that's a Roundup.
Dirty old town, dirty old town.
We look forward to next week when Ronnie returns with a full Roundup. Up next, we have our professional diving teacher, Lenny Speragan, and he has Lenny's Joke Corner.
It's sometime in the future, and this guy walks into a brain store, and he says, well, I'm looking for a nice brain. And the shopkeeper says, well, we have this doctor's brain, and that's about $2,000. Okay. We do have a lawyer's brain, and that's $3,000. Anything else? Well, we have this diver's brain, but that costs $10,000. I said, you got to be kidding me. $10,000 for a diver's brain? What makes it so special? So, well, they're hardly used.
Well, that about wraps up this week's Harbor School News Bulletin. Stay tuned for more Harbor School news in the coming weeks. And remember, Harbor up. Take care.